Alright, welcome back to World of Warcraft Legion. Now I've been thinking about my approach to this whole thing, and some complaints that I might have heard about World of Warcraft in the past, and its expansions, especially for, like, Pandaren. Oh, by the way, he says that we can find rumors about Ulthlesh over in Manor Mistmantle, which, if you're familiar with the main game, you know it is in Duskwood. Like, my approach to this whole thing is, like... Rewind. Complaints that Pandaren had received was that it was too linear, and it focused more on these kind of, like, story instances. At least that's what I remember complaints being at Fort. And I admit, I'm more of a single-player gamer. I like the more scripted event versus the the random chaos that can emerge from multiplayer gaming. And having this kind of, like, story to actually go through is something that I personally find interesting. That I found mostly lacking in the original release of World of Warcraft and its the Burning Crusade expansion. It just kind of felt like you were in a Warcraft-related theme park, experiencing the ride as presented. And we just flew over Deadwind Pass, which I fondly remember as having absolutely nothing in it. Clearly they've added content over the years. I'm very terrible with directions, so I tend to look at maps way too frequently. I realized that just now. Also, I blame the tree cover, too. There's tons of trees, you can't really see the ground, and that manor isn't much of a manor. It's quite shabby.
Stay back! I may be wounded, but the light will protect me. What? Have you not come to finish what the Dark Riders started? Let me show you the light.
What's interesting about this conversation is that there seems to be a conversation path. I didn't really feel like trying out the attack response or, like, trying to be condescending to him. So I just kind of went with the standard approach of, like, I guess looking at the class of the Warlock, they kind of have that whole idea of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. If I can use demons to fight demons, then the demons that we use are our allies. Even if the Ulthlesh was a weapon of darkness, it can still be used. Which, if I remember correctly, leads to the downfall of one of Warcraft's previous characters, who I don't remember the name of, because it has been a while.
I see you fight for a noble cause. I will tell you what I know. How can the light serve?
I will help you find the weapon you seek. It's nice of him to give me money, too. He's helping me out, find this weapon, and he's paying me, which is great.
Go with the light. It seems you've been followed. Dark Riders!
And it's at this kind of point of the trial that it kind of goes to the direction of your typical World of Warcraft quest. You have a destination, enemies might pop up,
Unfortunately, they crossed the sorcerer Medivh, who cursed them to an eternity of hunting artifacts for him. Look out behind you!
Yeah, I thought I cut some of that. Excellent. Enemies show up, you fight, you keep going, you get to destination, pick up an item, get to the next destination, kill 5 skeletal warriors, 4 skeletal soldiers,
Let us press on. We are
and it kind of, and that's the, I guess that's the thing with MMOs in general. Like, how do you create content that is going to last you for cumulative days on end? There is a
here. The camp is in this clearing.
druid following me at the moment, I believe. He just seems to want to just kind of linger around, and it's actually kind of interesting because I think he activates something in the camp, which causes enemies to appear.
I am the light's vengeance.
Yep. Or maybe it activates anyway and would have knocked back anybody, but he just happened to be there. That's what you get for sticking your nose in other people's business. And what is this guy doing?
Now, interloper, the horrors of the past will be your undoing.
I think that means we're on the right track. See what you can find in that journal.
Of course, you gotta check the boots first.
Fool! You will suffer for your trespass.
Otherwise an ordinary-looking journal, this book hums with dark energy as you approach it. Now this is kind of an interesting idea. A group of people that have been cursed to seek out artifacts. Ulthlesh. The name rings in my head. I can hear it calling, but where? Oh look, compass right there. How convenient.
How can the light serve?
Yes, that's the one compass. And now we've got a quest to go to specific points, use the compass, and then that'll allow you to proceed. For the sake of time, I'm just going to skip to the relevant parts, because actually the history of Ulthlesh is just as cool as its name implies.
The light redeemed.
Such poor souls. You don't even belong here, but you will forever be bound to this place. Do not fret. Through Ulthlesh, you will be so much more in death than you were in life.
Now later on, when you actually pick up the weapon itself, you discover that the weapon absorbs the souls of its victims, much like that terribly written character in Suicide Squad, except you can actually use its function. And it also implies that the soul of the user is the person who dies gets stored into the weapon itself, maintaining a cycle of violence. So in theory, this person who we're seeing is likely stored inside the
To
weapon.
think such a pitiful force could oppose an agent of Sargeras. Your worthless lives will pave the way for the Legion.
And then we've got a tie-in to the big plot in general.
How quaint! Do you really think your holy light can protect you from the Legion's onslaught? Where is your light to protect you now?
Let me show you the light.
Alas, that's all you get. At least for now. For now, though, it is time to go into the catacombs. Find Ulthalish
the light's vengeance.
and claim it as your own.
This way. Follow me.
Interesting little touch with all the ghosts kind of pointing your way onward. Although this kind of shows World of Warcraft's kind of approach, even though each expansion is even though I've been saying that this beginning to Legion is as impressive as it is, you can still see their you can still see them recycling their assets, like that slash point maneuver that the ghosts were doing. Why bother to worry about animating a different type of point when you've already got perfectly good animation on hand? Although that comes with like the difficulty of trying to create as much content as they're trying to do. Oh no, how am I gonna get across?
Go no further.
Thank you, Tooltip, for letting me know what my abilities are. 'Cause I forgot about that one.
Do not think you have won. Conservator, do your duty.
Over here.
Yeah, the Conservador was defeated. It's not that hard. Oh look, oh no, Ulthalish for me.
So this is what you're after. The artifacts of Karasan belong here. And I will not allow them to be taken away.
You have no right to these artifacts, fiend. They must be reclaimed in the name of the light.
Your light does not reach here, priest. If you want Ulthalish Warlock, come and claim it.
Quickly, after him. I will only slow you down.
No, what's your name? I won't leave you behind. And this is kind of how most single-player battle for a Warlock tends to go. Voidwalker goes in, gets the attention.
Very well. If you so thirst for the power of the Deadwind Harvester, then I will show it to you myself. Ulthalish feasts tonight!
Tonight, Ulthalish feasts on Warlock soup. So yeah, those guys on the outer ring, they can actually damage you, but I don't care.
taken! No!
And now, let's see this. Oh, almost got out there. The Scythe's master will either overcome Satalel or be consumed, which will only make the blade more powerful, and then another bearer will take their place, and another. And now the money shot. Ah, yeah.
It is done. The Dark Riders are defeated.
All
Now
of
I can
them.
reclaim these stolen artifacts and return them to their rightful owners. You have proven an unexpected ally. The weapon is yours. Let us hope it can turn the tide in this war.
Wait,
The Dark Riders lost this battle, but I fear they will soon regroup. We had best be gone before they do.
wait a second. Who are the rightful owners?
What do you need?
I'd imagine most of the original owners are long dead. Oh well, at least he got a plan. And that's important, really. But now to go back to
Go with the
Chum Bucket. Yep, now to go back to him. And he's gonna give us the next step. But it'll be the end for this little look into World of Warcraft Legion. Take care. And have a good night.